So for everybody that's getting sick of all the templates, I decided to change the pace a bit and show you how to make some mini pineapples using just polymer clay. And the best way to make mini fruit is using canes, not candy canes, kind of like candy canes, but not really. So to start making the pineapple cane, you want to use orange clay, and I mix some with some translucent clay. And then you make it into a little diamond shape. Take a chunk and shape it into a diamond. And then you want to cut out two little pieces at the top that are kind of curved, and then I cut that little tip off, and then I put in place of that tip a darker brownish color that's kind of mixed with white and grayish. I don't know, you just want it to be a little bit different. And then I'm taking a brown color and I'm going to wrap that around that piece, cut it off, and then put those two little orange pieces back in place. And if you're confused, just watch. And you can see I just put the brown there, and now I'm patting it down, and I'm going to put some more brown on the other side, and then the two other pieces come back into play, and then you want to kind of squeeze those together. And to complete it, you want to wrap that in some green clay. And it doesn't have to be perfectly mixed. It doesn't have to be the exact same colors I'm using. You just want it to be the same general idea, or have the same general look, basically. And now I'm just cutting off the excess. And once you do that, you're going to start to reduce the cane. And you don't want to roll it, you just want to pull it slightly with your hands, and you want to keep the same diamond shape. That's the most important part, is just to keep the shape and pull and stretch and pull and stretch until it's really thin and tiny and skinny. And if you keep pulling and you're gentle and you're patient, this is what it will look like eventually. Maybe it'll take about 5 minutes or so, not really long. And then if you cut it, you'll see that the inner shape is essentially the same. And by pulling it, you've kept the integrity of the colors that you put together. And this is the inside of the pineapple, or a yellow translucent color. And so basically, to make the pineapple half, or the bottom, you just want to take a pin cap or the end of a pin, and I wrap some plastic wrap around it so the clay won't stick. And then I wrapped some yellow clay around that. And now I'm just using the cane slices to resemble like the outside of the pineapple. And that's all of them put together. And then you'll see like there's gaps in between the little slices of clay or the cane. And you just want to take any kind of stick or a toothpick or a cuticle pusher, and you just want to basically press them together and mash them together until the seams meet. And if that doesn't make sense, just watch. See, it makes sense now. You just push them together, and then the seams close up, and it looks like a real pineapple. And this is the top of the pineapple, so that's why the shape looks a little bit different. And to make the leaves, I just took a paper towel and some green paint, acrylic paint, and just brushed it on there, let it dry, and then I cut a bunch of tiny triangles. And after I baked the pineapple top, I just glued all those little pieces of paper to the top of it. And the most important thing to remember is that when you get to the center of the leaves, just make them a little bit longer. So some of the leaves should be short, and some should be a little bit longer. So just play with it and have fun until you get something that looks kind of like this. And ooh, look at the close-up. I finally have a really, really good filter so you can see super close-ups. Isn't that awesome? Yay! Okay, so once you've baked the bottom of your pineapples or the little cup thingies, you want to fill them with resin. So, and of course the resin's going to look like the drink. So you mix the hardener and the resin in a cup like always. And then I separated them into 3 different cups for the 3 different drinks. One's red, one's blue, and one's red, one's greenish blue, I don't know, and one's orange. You'll see. And so you mix one up, of course, a little bit of food coloring. And then to make the ice, I'm using diamond dust. But if you don't have this, just use sea salt or regular salt or something that looks similar to this. It doesn't really have to be the exact same thing. You'll get the similar results with anything pretty much. And this is what the little pineapples look like once I baked them. And now I'm just going to drop the resin in and the diamond dust that's been mixed into it so it looks like ice. And you just want to fill them up, not all the way to the top. And now, oh, it's blue, not green. Okay. And more diamond dust, more food coloring. Mix, 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 mix. drop it in, and keep doing it until you fill all 3 of the cups. Oops, it was green, not orange. There is no orange drink. I'm getting confused. Okay, but there is an orange straw. So basically you just roll out a little snake and fold the top and then bake it, and it's going to look like the straw. And to make the little umbrellas, I took some tissue paper, cut a tiny circle, and then put them on a toothpick and kind of folded it in so it looks like a bent umbrella. And then I glued the top of the tissue paper to the actual toothpick with a little bit of E6000, but you can use any strong glue. And then once you do that, you just want to trim down the toothpick so it's short enough to fit in the actual cup. And don't waste your toothpicks. Use both ends like me. See, you don't want to waste. Let's recycle. And now I'm using a little silver sheet of metal that I found at Hobby Lobby to make a knife. And I'm just tracing out a little knife shape, and then I'm going to use some regular scissors to cut it out, and then I'm going to make the handle with some clay. And you want to make sure the handle fits, bake the handle, then glue it onto the knife, and that just makes it easier for you. And that's what it looks like when it's finished, and you can make the handle any color you want pretty much. And there are all the straws and the umbrellas, and this is what they look like. But I did end up trimming the umbrellas down a little bit more. I cut them after the fact because see, it looks really tall. Like that's too tall, right? So I had to cut it. And then after I finished them and they dried, I realized, these will look a lot better with some fruit kebabs or fruit skewers, or you know what I mean. But the resin dried, so I couldn't put any in there, so I had to think of another idea. So I just got some little cane slices from Sally's Beauty Supply, but you can get those pretty much anywhere online, and they're just little fruit slices, and I glued them to the top of the drinks, and this is what all of them look like after they finished and they dried, and they're really cute. I like them. And of course, if you want to make them jewelry, just add head pins. And thanks again, of course, to everybody on Instagram for sending me your pictures. I really like looking at them and commenting and liking, so just send them, and I'll reply back as soon as I can. And also, you can send me your pictures on Facebook or Twitter. If you like, just look for the links in the description box. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you have fun trying it out for yourself. Bye-bye.